Are you too lazy to peel fresh garlic? Then you don't deserve to eat garlic. That's supposed to be a phrase from Anthony Bourdain, sort of the godfather of the podcast in a way. He takes care of. He looks after us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do you think of that phrase? Do you agree as a chef?
Mm, yes.
Is there any exception? Because I have explained in the past that, for daily use, daily consumption, I buy a bag of peeled and cut garlic in the supermarket, and I use that,
Mm,
right? There's even like the middle ground between what you like and, I mean, it's not that what I like is what I have to use sometimes. There's a middle ground where you chop the garlic, right? You use it, and then what's left, you put it in some container with oil. And maybe that's like a middle ground. Like maybe you might even go for that. But tell me what's your standard when it comes to garlic, what you accept, what you don't, and what should be, outright illegal.
outright illegal, buying it already chopped from the supermarket.
Okay.
Illegal. Like go to jail, a nice 10-year, $25,000 fine. I think it's fair.
In a jail in Thailand.
Yeah, like the worst jail possible.
Okay.
Uh
Put me a blonde wig and shit.
yeah, outright illegal. That would be my stance. But on the other hand, I buy the garlic full head, and then me and my significant other have a nice project to do when the kid is sleeping. We can drink some brewskis and have a little project of peeling garlic, a whole bag of it.
And then you save that in a container for later use.
So the last time I did this, I gave it two different options. So one, I confit in oil. So I cooked it slowly in oil, and then I saved it. And then the other half, we grated it and saved it raw in oil.
Okay, so you have two forms depending
Two
on.
forms of the garlic.
Okay, so
And
you are
then,
about the conservatory experiments. I mean, it's not like you have to cut it fresh every time.
right.
Okay. Well, but in this case, you never have it cut up. Even later, when you get it from the olive oil, you have to cut it up then in pieces.
No. The one that's
Oh no, grated.
confits,
It's grated.
the one grated. It's grated, and then we put it in the little jar. We put a bunch of olive oil, and it's there. It's ready to go. I don't have to slice shit
Right.
when time comes.
Okay, so there are some quality of life hacks that you do use and that you don't necessarily criticize. But if you do like me, you buy the bag, then that's foul.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like last a few days ago, I made a bolognese sauce, right? One of the famous ones I make. People, even though I'm not a chef, people around this area know of my culinary activities, and they know what's good in the hood. You know, to say the least. So when I was doing it, I had actually bought some minced beef or grounded beef that was of higher quality than average. Let's just say, that day I was like, hey, you're a little stud, like treat yourself. So then when I was gonna make it, I'm like, I also have the bag of onions that are already cut, right? So I'm the full piece of shit right here. But I was like, for this sauce, which some of the main ingredients are garlic and onions, I'm gonna get the fresh one, right?
Okay.
So I got my significant other to do that job.
What did you do in that meanwhile?
I was preparing other stuff, maybe
Okay.
having, yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about this off air the other day, and yeah, I'm very against buying the pre-cut shit just because you don't know how old that is, and you still got to amount for the time that's going to sit in your fridge until you use it for
Yeah.
whatever sauce or whatever you're making. So, I mean, I don't mind cutting the stuff myself, but if I can get ahead on stuff like the garlic, then I'll do it.
Right, because
With a
that's the
kid,
most annoying part.
yeah, with a kid now you have to uh, think about your timing and how long you're gonna take on stuff. So
On this topic, you always hear about like, certain commodities in life that became very valuable, such as salt, gold, different things, right? But a lot of spices at one point were like very important, right? And salt was one of them. But you never really hear in the stories, and maybe I haven't read enough, which is probably the case, right? I'm reading more these days, but there's still a lot to read, right? And let's just say my reading career started recently, in a few months ago, and I'm already 35 almost, so give or take, I'll be done for the rest of my life, pretty much. But I have never seen people talk about garlic and onion in a way that I find honorable. I think it's one of the most important things keeping society going. Even if you think you don't like garlic and onion, that's needed in like 90% of things. And it's amazing. To me, the taste that it gives, the aroma, I get a little hard on when I have garlic in the pan with extra virgin olive oil from Europe, from the valleys of Spain. And when you have all that aroma going in your nose, I mean, am I guilty of getting a little excited at times?
not at all. I get the
No, I mean,
same
I,
way.
I am guilty, but I'm saying that I'm not ashamed of it.
No, definitely not.
You think that's
Um,
that's part of it, right? I mean, if your taint is not tickling when you have this garlic in the pan, are you even really making something with love? Is what I asked, right?
yep, true.
So garlic and onions, they don't get the enough praise.
They don't, but I think certain culinary or certain cuisines use it way too much. There's I think you can never have enough onions and garlic, but there's certain places that take it too far.
Okay, can you be specific? Because
I don't
no,
wanna name countries.
can you please just shots fire, like just do it. Don't be a bitch about it. And maybe
No,
this is
no,
like
no,
no, but
no.
this is like constructive because they will learn how to do their shit right.
Could
So
you
who's overdoing it? Say it.
can you talk shit about French cuisine even though they're like the Western father of food?
Okay, I have a certain disdain for the French, mainly for military reasons. Nothing to do with the people; they're lovely. Um, but I don't. I think you can get away with shitting on French cuisine because they are. It's sort of like they're the Yankees, right? So if you think you're the hot shot, then people can come at you, you know. So I don't know much about French cuisine. I'm pretty sure it's super good. But if you were to tell me, look, here you sign a document for the rest of your life, you will never eat like any French cuisine. I could sign it. I wouldn't have a problem. You give me $500. That's all I need to take.
Okay. Is there one cuisine that you would take over? But mind you, you have to eat this shit every day.
You mean like one cuisine for the rest of my life? No, that's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah,
That's
you have
not.
to.
I mean, I would
That's
say
part of the
then
game.
I would say Mediterranean because that's probably gonna get me farther, right? Like I'll be
Okay.
healthier. Like, I mean, but the best one, like, I mean, I would say Mediterranean because within Mediterranean you also have the Italian, and you have some of the French, and you have some of the Spanish. So you combine that all, and you get an orgasm in your mouth, like a heavy orgasmic experience.
Okay.
And I think that's what you're shooting for. No pun intended.
Wow. I wasn't expecting that answer, to be honest. And I really like it. So I might take it for myself as well.
Now, is that ideal No, I want to mix and match. But if I have an option for only one for the rest of my life, I gotta go Mediterranean because it checks all the boxes. Healthy is good, and it gets me the tingling in my taint.
Now, did you at one point just consider some sort of Asian food in that?
This is what I was gonna say. Ideally, I want to do like I do today, where I can just eat whatever I want because I don't live like in Cuba, for example. Like, and I like to mix and match. And Asian food is one of my more recent discoveries, where I'm just having a lot of fun with it. I love the
Okay.
Asians. I didn't know I loved them that much, but I love them so much. Like, and I like to mix and match. I like to discover, and I like to go to the places where they're there. Like if I go to a place and I see you, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. This is not the place. But if I see motherfucking Jackie Chan and his homies, then I'm in the motherfucking place. There used to be a place in Madrid where I used to go, and it was like a Chinese restaurant, but like Chinese for real. Not like Chinese like chop suey or whatever the fuck, lemon fried chicken. No, like they had their own ramen with their own leaves and shit that you can put, all these weird ass vegetables. And the people there were Asian people. The guy was actually a little bit like mad at us when we used to go. Because he's like, you don't belong here. And I understood it. Like, no, I got it. I didn't even think of it like as racism. I almost felt like, no, I get you. This is your safe space. And I'm coming here like a Western piece of shit, you know? It's like, hey, can I have whatever you guys, your fellow men eat? But I'm coming with the most love.
Do you have? Does Madrid have a like a Chinatown?
I don't know. I think there's like China regions. Like where my sister lives is very Chinese dominated. In a good
Okay.
sense. In a good sense. But there's also like more like a manufacturing outside area where they have a lot of commercial buildings where they bring all the stuff from China.
But not a lot of like restaurants and stuff. Like a one certain place where the community leaves and they'll eat at the same restaurants that are
I don't think so. I think
okay.
I think
Okay.
I mean they keep to themselves, but they also mix with the crowd. So it's they're very interesting. But no, they're everywhere. They're everywhere because for people that don't know, in Madrid, the little kiosk that's open outside of supermarket hours that can sell you beer or food and certain things that you need like milk and things like a little supermarket is called the Chinese. I mean, maybe that's already like not like that. That's probably already frowned upon, but that's how they
Right.
call them here. Because the people that work there are always, and it's cool. You become like friends with them. They're the ones that the government assigned to your little area. Like, oh look, this is the Chinese, spy. I don't know. Maybe
I mean, even they themselves, they're like, we're going to the Chinese.
exactly.
So they get it.
They get it. They get it.
They're in the game.
Yeah, they're in the game. They run that racket. So, but yeah.
They-
Anyways, I
they know how
love
to
the
play the
Asian
game.
food. I love Indian food, which technically is under Asian, although Indian food, I think, does have its own sort of place. There's a lot of things I still haven't tasted. I'm not the greatest with seafood, so there's a lot of discovery to be had there. But I'm just not that guy, that can just get crustaceous, open them, suck them, stick them in my mouth. Like, I'm not that guy. But I could be. Like, I could become that guy. I could train to be that guy.
Are you a sushi person now? I think the sushi right now is the most basic form of seafood.
I'm into sushi, and I'm also into real sushi.
Okay. Okay.
So you have like the Venezuelan style sushi, which I like too, which is more like sauces and like, hey, you want to put plantain in your sushi? Oh my God, yes, put it. Hey, you want to have the tropical sushi? Oh my God, let's get it. Hey, you want to have the Caribbean version where we put a little bit of this like sweet sauce on top of it with the pineapples? Oh my God, yes, can I have it? Oh, Stephanie, which one do you want? Oh, can I please have the Makuto sushi that comes from the Venezuela Peninsula? Okay, can I have it? Can I have it? And you have it and you get it. There's a lot of places here in Madrid that have this Venezuelan style sushi. And it's good. But then I also want the Japanese shit. I want that, World War II shit. You feel me? Like I want that realness from back in the, I want that fucking Oppenheimer shit. I want
Remember
that.
that?
I want that fire. You feel me? That
You
fucking.
know that?
I just want the rice and the piece of fish. Pah. That's it.
Okay.
No
You
flashes.
know,
No little bullshit.
at the Madrid airport, they have a big, I think it's a big sushi restaurant, and it was full. Like when we went, there was like a 45-minute wait or something like that at a fucking airport.
Okay, but was this inside the airport, like where you
In,
wait?
inside where you wait for the gates, yeah.
Okay,
Like right
so
before going into the, you have to check in.
okay, so
For,
but quick thing is this demand for this restaurant a thing of like, hey, it's really good, or there's not that many options?
we didn't go because the wait was 45 minutes and we were gonna miss our flight. But it was, I asked because I wanted to eat some sushi while we waited, but the girl's like, it's 45 minutes, and you see a lot of business people there, or at least people with like suits and shit, and they had everything. It seemed like they had everything.
It's probably like one of those restaurants that's the only one that offers a classy, high end experience, even if the food isn't in that sort. But if you're like an executive, I'm not gonna sit next to fucking, Joe Nobody here eating an Iberico sandwich, right? With this fucking dumbass next to me, looking like he's gonna, try to sneak into the country. I don't know. You feel me? Like, so I want to go to a place where I feel like, hey, that's Mr. Ortiz. He owns like half of the telephone companies in Europe. Type shit. Or is it that good that people literally buy a plane ticket to go inside the check-in area and then go to the restaurant? You just buy a cheap one to like an island nearby for $30, and then you get out. You're like, hey, no, that's good. I just wanted to have that sushi. So fire.
That I had to go buy a fucking ticket and not
I
go
went.
anywhere.
I went to the Bahamas and back, so I could fucking.
Right, when you pass through the TSA, you pass with like no bags, no handbags,
Right.
just your wallet and I don't know, a sweater because it was cold.
Yeah, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, you're like, don't worry, bro, I got it. I'm gonna buy some.
I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm gonna buy some cologne and go to the sushi place.
Imagine you're taking a girl on a first date and you want to take her to that place because it's so fire, so fuego.
Right.
Let's go to the airport, babe. First date.
What do you think about like these experiences in restaurants? You recently sent me a reel, which is part of like, it's now like a thing. Like, oh, I send you reels, you send me reels, and we look at them, and it's part of the fucking culture. And you send me a reel of a place nearby where I live, where they have this experience, like a food experience, right? Culinary experience where you go and it's a restaurant and it has all these lights and you're inside a place that has all these projections. So it's almost like if they had projectors in every wall and you're in this room with like lights and visualizations in the table and they bring different plates. And Chef Maurice probably will disagree. In my view, it's like the typical small ass little place that they bring with small ass little pieces of food. They probably charge you a price and they make you feel like you're in a place that's like, excited. So taking outside the ones that are real and where the food is great, do you see a rise in these places, especially like in South Florida, Miami is big there. These places that just offer you an experience. It's more of a show and the food is not the main thing, right? The food is just whatever. It's like Applebee's style or like quality, maybe in a nicer plate, but at the end of the day it's the same shit. It's, the chicken tenders or whatever the fuck, the fish tacos, and the quesadillas.
I think this place has two Michelin stars.
The one that you sent me.
Yeah.
All right, maybe I need to shut the fuck up sometimes and talk some much shit, or maybe they can sponsor us and we wouldn't be talking this much shit. All right, I'll check it out. Maybe if it's not expensive.
Okay, it's all right. The basic menu. So I had two different menus: the basic one, and then one with wine pairing, wine or cocktail pairing. This one is without the pairing. It's 195 euros.
Okay.
The one with 270.
All right, that's within my unemployment budget. Yeah. That's that's
Definitely do that.
I think we can make that happen. I think there's a Five Guys nearby, and it's like $11 for a fire burger. So I have my priorities, but it's nice. I guess my question is more: what do you think of these places that, aside from the food, they try to provide you the experience outside of it? And I understand as a Michelin chef like yourself, part of the experience is what you take into account when you're looking at the Michelin stars. So it is a factor. But I'm talking about the places that lose their vision and it's not a restaurant anymore. It's first a show, an experience, a status providing event. And then you nibble on some food that's whack and you have overpriced cocktails. What do you think about this concept? I'm asking because maybe we can open one and we can con people into coming.
The one like this restaurant that I sent you, the one that we're looking at. I don't know. I would like to experience this just so I can give you.
I'm not talking about that restaurant in general. I'm talking about this is a thing that happens. Like in Miami, there's a bunch of them where you go, you spend a lot of money, but it's a whack ass restaurant. But it has all the lights and all the flashes and all the.
Right, but most of the times now, how do you get there? Probably through social media, right? Because a lot of people, even if it's shit food, you see people like advertising it as this wonderful, magnificent experience slash food. I think some of the times these places are sold as more of an experience rather than a food experience. You're gonna be there, and then sometimes you have live music, or sometimes you have like a good DJ, very good cocktails, but then the food is where some of these things lack. So I feel like social media is selling us now on you're gonna have a fun time rather than you're gonna come here and eat and then have a fun time.
I don't want a fun time. I already give myself fun times.
I'm with you. I don't want fun times. I want to fun eat.
I want an unassuming place. You know what I hate, and I'm all about Google reviews. I'm part of that community. I leave Google reviews.
You are?
Yeah, I look at them.
Okay.
Okay.
You're one of those.
I'm one of those. Now I only leave 5-star reviews when they're merited, and that's it. I don't leave bad reviews.
If they're not married to 5 stars, then you don't leave
I don't leave any review. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
I only leave 5-star reviews, and yeah. Okay. So.
Okay.
So, now there's this other thing happening in the TikTok world, in the real world, and the real, not the real, but the real, the Instagram reel, right? Where there's like this fucking young girl. And she's like, "Hi guys, so today I went to this waffle place that's Japanese, and they serve Japanese waffles, but in this form, and you get to choose your own little marmalade, and you come here, and I loved it. And then you can sit here, and the best part about it is you can go with your dog. Yeah, I took my ferret, it was okay. And then I had a little Korean tea because next door there's this little cute Korean tea coffee where you go in there, and you can even see through it. I hate that for 2 reasons. One, I'm just a boomer. I'm like, I hate you, like being so corny about this shit, right? Now, on the other hand, is not trustable. There's places that I've been where I'm like, okay, this is mid, it's not that good, and it's super full just because of some girl putting it on Instagram. And then there's other things that I've gone to that is super bad. That my girlfriend is like, oh, let's go to this new Mexican place. You pay this much and they bring all this food. And then we go and it's like super whack. So it's not trustable. How can you trust a 19-year-old, Stephanie, that's talking about, where this is a place that I love to eat. I come here with my girls and we have margaritas and it's.
So when I get those videos, those reels, I mainly look at what this person shows me rather than hear the bullshit story. Because she's not telling me anything. She's not giving me anything to work with, because she's just talking about girls' night and just whatever. Great cocktails,
So you want the visual, the pictures.
Yeah, if she's going to show me like all the plates that she got and what's the atmospheres around and stuff like that, then I'll take a look. But No, I'm not. I don't give a fuck about what she has to say.
Okay.
Um, I found the restaurant that I sent you on the reel. Should we give the name? Should
No.
we? No. All right. So I found it online, and it gives me a concept for the restaurant. So the concept is an exclusive, immersive gastronomic experience that combines technology and hot cuisine to immerse diners in a multi-sensory journey designed to answer the following questions. What do colors taste like?
I think that's pretty dumb. It reminds me of another idea that I think is not as dumb, but is similarly dumb, where you're like blind eating. So you eat things, but you don't see them. Either you're blindfolded or you're in a dark room. And you're supposed to like, oh my God, what is this? I don't even know. And then there's this other thing where they cook food that looks like a certain food, and then when you eat it, it's a different food. And to me, it's like, I mean, I understand, but it's
Well,
like, really, you want to trick your, oh my God, this isn't what I wanted. It's something else. Ah.
well, the one that you're saying about showing me something that's not, I kind of like that part.
Okay.
Show me it's a bar of chocolate, but when I bite on it, it's, I don't know,
Steak.
steak.
You like that?
Yeah, it tricks your mind.
Okay.
It fucks with you.
You can do like LSD for that. Take acid.
And, well,
If you wanna
yeah,
trick your mind. I guess you could argue, or I could eat this food and not fuck up my brain in the process. So yeah, I mean, it is better if you do the food.
this restaurant offers, like we said, an 195 euro or 270. It lasts 2.5 hours. It gives you 8 dishes from. It says 8 worlds. I'm guessing the worlds of colors. So it gives you 8 different experiences with 8 dishes. And as you saw in the video, I think it fucks with like water and fire and all this color set.
And this is a Michelin star restaurant.
Well, it says that the chef has 2 Michelin stars, so I'm
Okay.
guessing yes.
No, the chef, not the restaurant. The chef.
Well, the restaurant gets the chef doesn't get the Michelin
Right,
star.
but they probably don't even know. And they're like, oh, yeah, this chef, like you. You've worked in places with Michelin stars.
Right.
So I consider that in my dumb world to be you're a Michelin chef.
Okay, I guess. I mean,
So maybe they're using that trick wordy shit because I'm like, is this a new restaurant and you're already Michelin star? Who are you paying?
oh, okay. I got it. So the guy has 2 Michelin stars from another restaurant, and he's chefing in this restaurant. So he has.
Okay. So
two
he helped
gigs.
another restaurant get 2 stars.
I guess the other restaurant is his own.
Oh, his own. Okay.
Um,
Right, because that's the only way to have the stars if you own the restaurant. Because as a
Well,
chef,
if
you don't
you-
get the stars. As a chef, you get what? You get
The recognition, I
the
guess.
recognition and the blowjobs. But that's it. Like I don't
That's
even
it.
think you don't even get like sick days or anything like that.
2 Michelin stars and 3 soles de Repsol.
Okay, so that's the Spanish Michelin stars.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so those are like, for example, you have dollars, right? And then you have Venezuelan bolivars, and you can trade them. So, nah, that's cute. I think that's cute. Okay, that's It's probably like a very prestigious thing.
Los soles de Repsol. Yeah, it is a prestigious thing in Spain. You fucking.
What the fuck? So they're called the Repsol Sons.
Right. And then I guess in Venezuela we would have the PDVSA, whatever
Right.
the fuck. You know.
Yeah.
Would I pay the 200 euros? Maybe. Maybe I would just
I
for
think
the experience.
you would, but that because you're like a chef and you're a little connoisseur, and to be
Maybe
honest,
it's just for research, for
Yeah,
my
for
personal research.
Yeah, for your own, thing. And also, this restaurant is supposed to be playing with the audio visuals. What do you think of these restaurants that have different experiences? For example, in Venezuela, they open up a thing in I think it's in Caracas,
Cracks.
and I mean they've done it in different places where they get a crane to lift you up in a platform very high in the sky, and you're sort of in the sky hanging, and you're being served food in the air. You
I've
never
never
seen
heard of
these?
this. No.
Okay, so imagine a crane, right? You know what a crane is, right? A crane. The crane is lifting a whole thing, a whole platform, that in the middle you have the chefs and the bartenders, and there's like a girl singing with like speakers, and then in the borders is the seats, and you're tied up as if you were in a roller coaster with like clack clack clack, and then they lift you up, and you're like an hour and a half at the top. They give you drinks, you're dancing, you're oh what's up, boom boom, and you're eating.
Oh, but are you still in,
Yeah, you're strapped all the time.
but you can walk around?
No, 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 no.
Oh, you're in the same place for an hour and a half.
Yeah, you're sitting
I've
down.
never seen this before.
Yeah, I'll send you a vid. I mean, I'll try to see if we can put it here, but
The producer. I've never seen this before.
yeah, it's super.
Sounds weird.
Okay, but like
I
as
don't
a
know if I
chef,
would have fun.
as a chef, what do you think about these experiences where they're mixing a lot of things? Food and something, right? Like, I mean, it's common for to have like food and show, right? Like in Las Vegas, you can go, you have food, and then there's some guy, singing Elton John. It's a little bit funny. Da-da-da. This feeling inside, I wanna know that a man is with me and I love. You don't know that song?
No, but
Elton
thank you
John.
for the rendition.
Right? So, like, it exists. You can be at a stadium.
We- I think your new thing in this podcast is going to be just like a 5 to 10 second
Song.
song from someone. Just
Okay. Was it like? Was it genuinely good? Like you think it was? Okay, worthy of a
It was-
karaoke karaoke night. Okay. All right, I got you. I got you. I'll throw in one every, like when you least
just
expect it.
random. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
expect that.
Like let's say you're in a stadium, right? You went to the the Padres. What the fuck? What are these guys? The San Francisco Padres? Yeah.
The giant.
The Giants. You went to the baseball stadium, and you were eating a hot dog, right? Well, did you get a hot dog?
I did get a hot dog
Okay, while you watch the game.
while I watched the game
So that's
And-
eating in a show.
and drank a very expensive beer. So
Right.
yeah, drinking at a show, that it seems to be a very
When is it? When is it okay? Like for example, yesterday I went to the mall with my girlfriend, and the mall that's nearby the house is sort of like in the edge of town where like it starts getting a little bit shadier, right? So this mall is not the most prestigious one, right? So,
Okay.
and we went into like a store that sells cosmetic shit, colognes. It's like a combination of things. Girls love it, right? Because they get the cheapest stuff there for their hair, whatever. So we went there, and as soon as we went inside, and we were kind of hungry, right? As soon as we went inside, the whole fucking place smelled like Colombian empanadas. Now, I'm not trying to judge you. It could be that they were Colombian empanadas. I mean, in my case, it's more of like a compliment because the smell was good. But the smell of Colombian empanadas is not good in the context where you're in a store that's packed with people and it smells like that along with the smell of people. So it was a weird smell, and I'm like, what happened here? Like, did somebody in the back literally open a bag of Colombian empanadas? Like, it was weird, like how much it smelled, right? So on the way back from the mall, we were in the bus, and there was this girl with her grandma eating, like in the movies when somebody would get Chinese food, they would put it in a carton. It was like that, but it was Arabic food.
okay.
Like Turkish, like Moroccan food, which is like, the like kebabs and shit, but it was just the meat, which is delicious. But we're in the bus and I'm smelling the kebab. So there's places where you shouldn't put the food. Like the Japanese, they don't eat in the public transport. They don't fucks with that. Ask Shohei. So do you have like things like that where you feel like it is convenient or maybe not, like that bother you?
I don't know.
Okay, great. No, I mean you're doing
Great. No, I'm. The thing is that I'm thinking while you speak, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I
And then
keep
I'm just
on.
throwing them at you like, okay, so say it now.
Um,
All right, I'll keep throwing some at you while you think. I remember one time, and this one I did myself. I went into a movie theater with a bag of McDonald's. The whole theater smelled like McDonald's. That's not a good move. And it was a small theater, right? Spain.
well, you can also do that with like Taco Bell and stuff, and it'll be like a distinctive smell, right?
Right,
Like
because
it's
I mean,
something you'll be like, all right, I know what this is.
and granted, I just want to sort of clarify the movie theaters here are not like the ones in the US where you can get like chicken tenders and pizza. Right? You get popcorn and maybe some candy. But that's
Okay,
it.
so very basic.
Basic. Which I enjoy. I kind of like the classic stuff in Madrid.
I think the nachos and having all this shit is just too messy. It's in the dark.
And nachos in a theater, too crackly, too soundy. I'm
Yeah.
already self-conscious about the popcorn. So anyways, I just think like strong food in a theater doesn't go. You expect the smell of popcorn. It's kind of indicative that you're about to be in a cinematic adventure. I want the large
Okay.
Coke. No, don't give me no zero, no diet. I want the full shit. That real. I don't want that BS, that synthetic bullshit. Give me the real. They said they used to put cocaine back in the day. I know the story. I know where Coca-Cola comes from, dog. Give me the Mexican version. Apparently, the Mexican version has more sugar. That's why everybody has diabetes over there. It's fucked.
Well, dude, I went to Costco the other day, and they sell like it's branded as Mexican Coke
Oh, really?
at Costco, and it was like super cheap.
That shit is fire. Costco got in the Coke game straight up. Like, look, this is straight up Mexican Sinaloa and Coke. Get your fucking. Okay. So I'm not even like fucking around. Like, it's for real.
Yeah,
It's the
it's a good
Mexican
one.
Coca-Cola.
Well, and in restaurants they do advertise it a lot, like the Mexican Coke.
Really? Like where you live in San Francisco, they do that?
Yeah, you go to like a taqueria and they're like, oh, we have Coke and then Mexican Coke.
Damn.
So they do advertise it, like they do try to sell it.
Damn.
And people,
Bro. Okay, I understand a lot of people are gonna die from it, but on the other side, like imagine, there's people in the U.S. that are like, hey, bro, where can I get that Venezuelan Coca-Cola? You feel proud about that. You be like, damn, you want the Venezuelan version? I think they use fucking tap water for that shit. Be careful. Coca-Cola in Venezuela, I don't even know if they're using water. They might be using petroleum.
did you know that Mexico? Now that we mention it, Mexico is one of the most obese countries in the world.
I mean, I saw a documentary that a lot of people there have diabetes because of how much Coca-Cola they consume. And the city that consumes the most Coca-Cola in the world is in Mexico. But like in Venezuela, I remember people buying a large 2-liter Coke every day for lunch for the family. So thankfully, I'm not addicted to Coca-Cola. I am addicted to Coke, but that's another thing. It doesn't have any calories or sugar. That's just pure Equatorian heaven.
Almost 37% of the population is obese.
Okay.
In Mexico.
All right, but compared to the U.S., how much of the percentage in the U.S. are obese?
42.7. So
Who's winning?
Almost 43.
USA. 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 USA.
the healthiest. Do you want to give it a crack? The healthiest
Country in the world?
or the least
Obese.
You want to give it a crack?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Greece.
No, Bobby.
Damn. Am I
You wanna-
far?
You are far.
Okay.
Somewhat far.
Okay, no, let me get another one. Maybe I went for Mediterranean, but maybe I gotta go Asian, Southeast Asia. I'm talking about Indonesia.
No.
No, no.
Baba, you're far.
Far?
You're far.
Far?
You're far.
All right, just tell me.
You
Just
went
spit it
even
in my-
farther.
Just spit it in my face.
The least obese country in the world? Ethiopia.
No, but that's cheating, bro. Come on. Yeah,
Japan.
no shit. North Korea too, bro. Come on.
Japan is it's also in the top. of the least obese.
Okay, Japan is a better one. You know what's a fucked up situation? South Korea. I mean, I wouldn't say that South Korea and Japan are similar in their culture. That would be, you
That
know,
would be racist.
that would be racist. But for us, where we come from, you could kind of say like they're sort of in the same category, right? For us. Just like if they look at us and they're like, you and Colombians and Mexicans, you're all in the same bag. And I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it. Beans and rice. I get it, you know? I get it. But for me, I would say that Japan and South Korea are sort of in the same category, even though they're different, right? And they have a lot of differences. South Korea has an obesity problem already, and Japan doesn't. So Japan has rejected the Western diet a little bit more. So that's why you have less American chains. But in South Korea, they don't fuck around. They're KFCing around, they're Taco Belling around, they're McDonald'ing it up, and they're getting them calories up. You combine that with the freaky sex and fetishes they have. That raises your heart rate. Imagine if you were talking to a schoolgirl every day, how high your heart rate would be. They have these bars that you go and you pay the bartender to talk to you, and it's a girl that's dressed as a schoolgirl. And that's part of the, whatever it is that's going on. Hey, I don't judge, It's a hard day at work. I get it. You know what I mean? I mean, it's hard. It's hard stuff. Okay, so Japan, one of the least obese. What's the most obese? What's the most obese in the world?
Do you want to give it a crack?
Yeah. You already know?
I mean, I already know because I have the list in front of me. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm tempted to go with the U.S.
You'll be truly surprised.
I'll be truly surprised. Okay.
Like you're not imagining this place.
Okay, so it's
That's
like
how far it is.
Okay, so it's a weird ass little place. Okay. India?
Let's say it's
India?
closer to me. It's closer to me than it is to you right now.
Okay, Hawaii.
That's not a fucking country, but
Okay.
you are getting close to it.
China.
No. It's you want me to give it to you?
Yeah,
I don't think you're gonna get it.
You spit it to me.
It would be funny to keep hearing this shit
and see where my judgmental mind goes. Yeah. It's the Russians. No.
You're not gonna, like I said, you're gonna be surprised by it. So Tonga, the island of Tonga.
Oh, they're like near
Pacific.
Australia. Shit,
Yes.
but there's this Australian comedian that made like a troll series about being from Tonga, and he paints himself darker. It's like it's fucked up on all levels, but it's super funny. And he's from Tonga. I'm like, I come from Tonga. I'll show you later. Oh
So
shit! So they're more
obesity-
obese. Fuck.
Obesity in Tonga, it's 77.1.
Oh my god! What are they eating?
77.
What are they eating?
I don't think it's Mickey D's there, dude.
Dude, this is an island. There's only fish and like fruits.
Venezuela,
Uh-huh.
you wanna take a guess where it is, ranked from 1 to 200?
Venezuela's not obese.
Venezuela, a nice swift 24.6%.
Of people are obese? Okay. That makes sense.
So I would say mostly maracuchos, but 54th in the ranking out of 198 countries.
Okay.
And Spain, 56. So they don't have a number for this year, but in 2016 it was 23.8. So
Well, I'm seeing here that
this is all out of Wikipedia. Let's get that clear.
look, this is I'm looking at the people here from Tonga, and it says scientists believe that Tonga's problem is partly down to genetics. The Pacific Islanders in the past had to survive long periods without food, so their bodies are programmed to cling onto fat. So this makes sense because, part of the thing I'm reading, I read a book, I finished it. I say it because I'm proud. Okay? You know how people are proud for other things? I want to be proud too. So and one of the things that he said is that, the reason why we're so bad at losing weight these days is because in the past there was a scarcity of food. So your body had to learn how to evolve like that. So what it did is whatever food you could get, you would store it as fat. And if you found caloric dense foods that tasted really good and had a lot of calories, you wanted them more because your body's like, get as much as you can so that we can keep that and live maybe 2 days without eating. Because back in the day, that's how it worked. Now we solved the food problem, right? Like you can get calories very cheap these days with bread and processed foods. But the problem is now our body hasn't changed. It still wants you to eat as much as you can because it's trying to think in its mind. It's like, fuck, we're going to die if we don't have all this food, so let's just store it. So what it seems to be happening to the people in Tonga is that their bodies, because I'm guessing because of how remote they are, they had to stand longer periods of time without eating. And because of that, their body became even more so to the fact of storing that fat and making it harder to lose weight. Now, they also say here in an article that sorry, I'm trying to find the fucking thing here.
Well, you find that.
No, yeah, mud and flaps. So they say that the generation in Tonga was brought up on mud and flaps, and these are discarded parts of the lamb that are not fit for consumption in New Zealand. So they were able to dump this stuff on the Pacific countries.
They gave them the.
Yeah, but I don't know why that would be something that's bad. If anything, is fish. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you're frying pork. I don't know, but do you have the
So
second?
out of the first 10 countries, eight are in the Pacific. Some of the Pacific islands. So Tonga, Cook Islands, Tuvalu.
That's so interesting because think about it. They're not in a world where you have overloads of processed foods. If anything, it's the opposite. They're in an island. Probably, you don't have chains there of food. So the only like bad food, quote unquote, that you could get is like from, I don't know, fried pork, which if you eat it with other good foods, it's not really a bad food. It's bad if you live in the,
This is interesting. Again, all this is from Wikipedia, but I still
right.
find
No, this is real.
I find it interesting because in 2016, when they had the first numbers, Nauru was the most the country with the most obesity. So at 71.7, but now they're at 58.1. So they lost a bunch.
They improved. So we got to look at what they're doing. Maybe they're eating less fried pork. I have a feeling pork is a thing.
Same with like Marshall Islands. They were at 52 and now they're at 44.
So they improved.
So they've been improving. A lot of countries have.
Do you
improved,
think that
but-
these islands are sort of like, like human beings, that you have a friend that for one era, they just go off the rails? Like I've been that guy. I'm sort of coming back now. I'm the guy that probably other people go on Facebook like, damn, that guy went off the rails. After high school, he got pretty chubby, I think he needs that Ozempic. You know what I mean? So do you think in this case, for example, Tonga, the other islands look at it like, damn, Tonga let himself go.
We gotta bring it back a notch.
And the other islands were the ones that got healthy. Like, damn, did you hear about what was it? Reunion Island, Communion Island? They got fit, bro. That guy's going to CrossFit every week. He's like drinking Herbalife. He's fucking dumb.
And then on the other side, you have, Ethiopia just hanging in there in the corner of the party.
Right, but that one might be for lack of food. I don't know. Maybe I'm just...
Have you seen their cross-country runners for the Olympics?
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers are thin.
Thin.
Like, all you can see is bone.
And I mean, that's good, right? Like being able to have such a lean mass. Maybe they got used to that because of lack of food. I don't know. I'm just talking shit here. But if I was a scientist, I were to believe that because they had to go without food, instead of like the Tonga people, where they kept the fat, in their case, their little special ability was able to be very thin and still be functionable. And when you're doing races, the lighter you are in comparison to your muscle mass, the longer you're gonna stand.
A lot of the countries in the bottom, or for the thinner population, a lot of them are African slash Southeast Asian slash Japan,
So when you look at Southeast Asia, what we're talking about? Thailand, Malaysia,
Vietnam,
Vietnam. Okay.
Timor,
So those ones are interesting because in Vietnam, what is it that they
Cambodia.
eat that they have low amounts of obesity? It's got to be a lot of organic foods, a lot of vegetables, a lot of lean meat, a lot of broths. I think they eat cobras. Put it in there. Put it in the grill, motherfucker.
Well, you were saying before Korea, South Korea, sorry, has 5.9 obesity rate.
So that's actually good.
That's good. It's
I think
a
North
little bit-
Korea is even better. But unfortunately, they don't have movie theaters or sex
the
shops.
the difference with Japan is 1.4 percent.
So there you go. So essentially, what we want. Where's Spain in all of this? Spain, Italy, France. Where the fuck are they?
I told you, Spain is
50.
56.
So Venezuela
So,
has a lot
50
less obesity.
A lot more, well, some more. So Spain doesn't have an account for or a number for this year, 2024. Their last number is 2016, and it's 23.8.
Oh, so they're actually lower. Okay.
Lower than Venezuela, that's 24.6. So
But now that all
Venezuela
the
is 50
immigrants are here, we're fatter. So
right? Maybe that's why the numbers hasn't been released.
they're like, fuck.
But-
all these Venezuelans are making us look bad.
Let me look at Italy, for example. Italy, 10.4, so they're thinner.
Damn. So Italy is in a good place. Better than Spain. Okay, so
Yes,
Mediterranean. So I think the combination should be Mediterranean diet with Southeast Asian diet. How can you mix it up? If I was to give you $1 million, is that even enough to make a restaurant these days?
Probably not.
Probably not. But
Hell no.
like, is that a fusion that you would even like entertain?
I don't know. I have to give it a thought.
Southeast Asia and Mediterranean together. Okay, think about it. Just write it down. Think about it later.
So the middle block of this list is a lot of European countries.
Okay.
So starting, I don't know, in the 80s on, like 85 Turkey, 86 the United Kingdom.
When you say 86, that's the place in the list.
Out of 200
Oh, okay,
countries.
because I think you're confusing me with the place and the percentage.
The percentages and the okay.
And I think the listeners are like, "Yo, what the fuck are you?" Okay.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Okay, so when we take away these islands in the Pacific, right, that are obese, what countries do we get to that are more, bigger countries like U.S., Mexico?
the biggest is U.S.
Okay.
13 place out of 200, and with a 42.7% obesity rate.
And what other countries are around that? Memorable. Like, what other countries are fat? What are some of the...
Well, Mexico is 19th place, 36.9%. Then Panama, Egypt, Chile,
Okay.
New Zealand,
Okay.
Iraq, Argentina.
Oh, look at that.
But now Argentina is on the 29th place. So that's
Right.
how far I went. There's a
Right.
bunch of other countries in between.
Okay, so we could say there's levels of fatness. There's levels to it.
Yeah.
Some of it is genetic, but some of it is you gotta stop eating bread and refined carbohydrates. I mean, let's be real. If you think the only way to lose weight is to fix your thyroid, no. I say two things: exercise or get on the Ozempic. I mean, exercise and eating well, or you can get into the Ozempic. My dad takes Ozempic.
Now, taking your dad out of the equation, do
Okay.
they?
I hope
no,
not.
no, just because of. Do they still exercise and eat well? even when they're
No.
doing this?
My
Oh,
dad is like the worst example.
right. That's why I wanted to take him out of the equation.
Okay,
So
okay.
do the people who still do these exercise and eat well, or it's just like a magic poison that.
No, it's supposed to be magic. Yeah. This is the thing, though. If you can exercise and eat well for a long, extended period of time, then you don't need Ozempic, right? Ozempic is
Right.
if you can do the others, right? So, like for
Right,
example,
right.
I would be a good candidate for Ozempic because
Yeah, I think we would.
I haven't
Yeah,
been
yeah.
able to lose the weight, but I'm still hopeful that I can do it on my own.
Mm.
Because apparently Ozempic, you become a little like bisexual. Which is cool, but it was just a little weird. I'm 35 now. I don't want to, start getting into like, whatever it is they do, which I respect.
So, interesting list of obese countries.
I think it was a great one.
Interesting restaurant that you and I are gonna go next time I go to Madrid.
Okay.
Maybe it could be a guys' night out, just you and I.
Just you and me.
We'll go eat at this
And
place.
we can go like matching outfits.
I'm down for that. We'll leave the
the woman,
the women at home
Right.
with the children,
right? Cleaning
you
and
and I-
cooking.
whatever they need to do.
Yeah, whatever they
to-
do, like just do it. Okay.
And then we'll be gone for 2.5 hours and have a great dinner.
All right, perfect. Well, I want people to let us know what are their thoughts on garlic, right? On onion. How important is it on your daily life? Have
Are
you
you
been
willing to peel it?
Yeah. Or are you like me, like a piece of shit? You just get a bag that's already cut from the supermarket. Hey, sometimes you don't have time for this shit, bro.
Hey,
I gotta-
next episode, I can tell you how to give you some tips on how to peel garlic faster.
I think that's a gay innuendo, but that's cool. Okay, so also, if you've been to weird restaurants, where they have some little show or some magic shit going on, let us know. Like, and
Does-
if you liked it,
Does Chili's count?
what
Like,
show do
what-
they have? When the fajitas come,
but if
Benihanas would count.
Benihana's is a. Have
I
you been?
never been. I so want to
Dude.
go. I so want to go.
So, I want to go back.
By the way, Benihana's, the owner was Steve Aoki's dad, which I think went to jail.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I swear to God. The owner, the creator of Benihana is Aoki. The last name is Aoki.
Wow, I want to
No.
look this up.
Yeah. But yeah, what about Benihana? I've always wanted to go.
Great place. If you want to, if you want to eat in a show, that's your place.
And like for you that you're a chef, would you say like the quality, is up to standard? It's decent.
I haven't been in a while,
Okay.
so I haven't tried my standards as you call them. But yeah, I don't think the standards are very super high there.
Okay, like is Benihana's the Korean version of Macaroni Grill?
Ooh,
Or am I like taking shots here as Steve Aoki's dad?
Benihana's is. Let's put it this way: Benihana's is Chili's.
Okay, Benihana's is Chili's. If you're from Vietnam. Okay, I get it. That's fucked up. Well, no, that's not. I mean, that's only fucked up if
No.
you think Chili's is shit. I like Chili's.
Benihana's is the equivalent of our Chili's.
I mean, I haven't been to Chili's like in 17 years, but I
But
remember it being
it hasn't
good.
changed. It has not changed. It's the same.
I have a thing for.
fajitas.
I don't know these days, but back in the day, Chili's to me was like a thing.
Actually, I'm lying. I went to Chili's like 3 years ago when
you
we
like
moved to
it?
San Francisco. No, I fucking hated it.
It was bad for real.
It wasn't great, dude.
Oh my god, that's fucked. I've come to know that as an older person, you realize that a lot of shit when you were younger was shit, and you just didn't have the taste buds. Like, bro, like 2 years ago, they opened Little Caesars in Spain, and I went to have it. And the first slice, I was already like having to shit, and my stomach was like burning. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh my god.
It was imagine it was too toxic for me. And I mean, Little Caesars want to sponsor us. I mean, I'm down. I used to be the guy. I used to buy a bunch of Little Caesars pizza for the crew when we were 17.
Benihana's.
All right. Well, anyways, guys, please leave the comments. Let us know what you think. If you've been to anywhere weird restaurants. If you've been to any weird restaurants. Are you obese? And do you think that the these countries that we can, confirm that we're the most obese, were you surprised, like me, to think that an island like that would have obese people? It has to be genetics because they only eat fruits and fish, which is...
One thing that we didn't mention, but just to note, I'm guessing their population is also very reduced compared to the United States, for example. So if there's 100 people...
Yeah, but still, I mean, the fact that all the islands have it, we gotta look into it. I mean, you guys know that we're also into the scientific research, so we'll do that. San Francisco connection, directly from Madrid. Thank you guys. I love you. Please keep it gangster. Please keep it clean. Keep it cute. Keep it...